welcome everybody. I'm Ahab, and here we are with another episode of Deportivo La Coruña Football Manager 2020. We have come a little way since the last episode. In the last episode, we briefly chatted about my loss to Malaga, and then we played Fuenlabrada and Girona. And those, as you can see, were really good games if you didn't see that episode. Played exceptionally well. And then we came up against two lower level teams, or at least mid-table teams, and scrounged out some victories there. And then we had a Spanish Cup first round match against Muro, which is not a team that I've ever heard of. Looks like they're third or fourth tier team with regards to the level of league they're in Spain. Well, I can't think. Mind is not working yet. So we have a couple of big games again coming up here against Zaragoza and Sporting Gijón. Let's look at the table here. Zaragoza's fifth and not too far behind. It's a nice tight race for second to sixth. Well, second to fifth, I guess. And Girona is 1 point up, but I have a game in hand, and I would love to beat Zaragoza and get those 2 points above them and continue the pressure for an automatic promotion spot. I'm almost thinking that Malaga, unless they crash and burn towards the end of the season, they're going to be up. They've been in first place for the entire season, and I think they're going to go up no problem. So let's talk a little bit more about the tactics I'm using here. I did briefly mention them in the introduction to this series. I'm using Bust the Nets Maves 442, and on top of that, I have a couple of mentalities, tactical style and mentalities that I use for different situations. So what you see here is the default Maves 442 that comes from the video, and then he has a couple at the end that he goes over for shouts that he does to change the team up. But we're playing really well with a target man and pressing forward up top. And even though my wide midfielders don't necessarily fit the roles too well, in terms of a couple of stats, get this loaded up here. Trevor is doing exceptional in the position, and really the only stats he's not meeting are positioning, decisions, and tackling. But his marking is improving, and so is his composure. He's doing pretty darn well. And the same with Akeche. He's got a fantastic free kicking stat. He can be magical in some spots. But he's definitely, he's still awkward in the position, but his rating has just been exceptional. I mean, last 5 matches, 7.34, 2 goals. You know, his work rate is a little lackluster, and some of his physical stats are a little lackluster. I mean, some of his stats are a little lackluster, but you know, he definitely comes up big. So I've made a couple of variants of the Maves. So I've got one where I swap the pressing forward and the target man. And I have that set to just a basic gegenpress from the game itself. I've used it once thus far. They're not very familiar with it, but I used it once this far on a lower level team, and on a team that's lower in the table, and it came up pretty big. But I just don't think that. I think the team wasn't used to. The other team wasn't used to being pressed like that. And then I have a slightly different variant with a trick artista instead of a target man. because sometimes I feel like there is a big amount of space in between the strikers and the two central midfielders. And that's a variant of the tactic that I created. Really, it's not that much different. It's just changing the target man to a trequartista because I want him to drop a little bit deeper and help with creation a little bit more. And that did well. That did well against. I think it was Extremadura that I tried that. But I'm letting them get a little bit more familiar with it. So, two big games coming up here in Zaragoza and Sporting Gijón. We have a little bit of a break between the two games. Here's Zaragoza. I pretty much have that queued up here for us in just a moment. And then nice break for the Christmas week, at least from games. I have them training nicely throughout the whole week. Kind of actually a preseason style training that I do. And then the next week is Sporting Gijón. All right, let's go. Let's jump into Zaragoza. Take a quick look one more time here at the folks I have loaded up. Unfortunately, our captain Brigantinos pulled his hamstring, so we're going to be without him for a little while. But everybody else is stepping up nicely, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, I've got some tired subs. Let's just take advantage of this a little bit here. This guy's been pushing for more game time. Probably gonna. He's a loanee. I'm probably gonna let him go if I can. The upcoming transfer window. Kone is fine. Aho is fine. Everybody else is tired. Well, it is what it is. Because I screwed myself telling them they could play in an under 19 match or under B team match or something like that. I'm still trying to figure out how the B team works with the Spanish sides. It's not a team I can manage. It's like they're a whole separate team, and I can dump people down onto the B team, but I can't manage their training or anything. It's a bit frustrating. Looking to find a better goalkeeper for the next someone I can grow with. All right, let's see here. Malaga, of course, won. All right. Cadiz lost. Sporting Gijón won. Boy, what's the table look like now? Okay, relatively unchanged. So I would love to get these 3 points and get back up in the side. I would love to trade places with Girona and stay there. So here we go. Okay, let's see here. Wet, rainy, breezy, 44. All right. So one thing that they added to this game that has not been in previous versions is field quality degradation, and or at least graphically. I'm not sure if it was in there programmatically. Ooh, 41212. I've not seen that yet on this side of the channel. That seems to motivate them. Not sure about Borjavayu. All right, so this is us playing at home. All right, so their wingers are pushing up pretty well. That is dangerous right there. Yes. 4 minutes in, we get our first goal. Great run down the wing with a cross into Santos. Maybe not necessarily cross, just centering the ball. But that's a big weak spot if you don't have a quality team with a 4-1-2-1-2. Is you have only your defensive wingers available to cover those flanks, and if you have a quality team that has some good wide players like we do, at least comparatively. Ooh, good stop. Good stop. So with Corunia's field, it's a synthetic mix field, so it doesn't degrade nearly as fast. But you can see right around the goal spot, you can see some dark spots here, right by the penalty box there, and in here as well. And then you can see some wear and tear around the corners here and up and down the side, where the sideline judges are running, side officials. On other fields that don't have the synthetic mix or are just not taken care of or something like that, there is a lot of degradation in the penalty box, and it's interesting to note. So I would assume that as fields degrade, that a shorter, more technical passing play might be, not the game to play. So that kind of fits the way we've been playing anyway, because we play these. We don't necessarily play a short passing game. All right, that was a good stop. Not a bad free kick there. Oh, they're coming in tired. Or maybe we're wearing them out a little bit. I don't know. Oh, in the side. Very, very poor. Come on, guys. Yep, raining heavily. And once again, the man posted by the edge doesn't do shit. And there's demonetization right there. Yes. Oh, fantastic. I love when we can strike right back like that. Good job, Santos and Longo. What a striker pair. Santos pulls the ball out, cuts it back. And they just don't cover. Oh, it was off the post. I didn't notice that. A header off the post, and the crowd goes wild. All right. Oh, they're getting overwhelmed. Now, normally I like to start off with a different setting that's a little bit more higher pressure play, but against the better teams, even in the second league here, I just don't feel like we have the quality to be able to press like that. Yes! Oh, we're running away with it. Now, to be fair, it really helps to have, for this tactic, it helps to have two guys that just happen to have some good jumping reach and good heading. Santos has a 12 jumping reach and like a 17 heading, and Longo has a 13 jumping reach and 12, 13, or 14 heading. I don't recall, but they're both pretty good. Not exceptional, but good. So that's what I like to see. 8 shots, 7 on target. All right, 3-1. Effectively 2-0 in my opinion. So don't get complacent, guys. Oh, yeah. Shinji Kagawa is on Zaragoza. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. All right, so they're still playing. They're up the middle. He was offside. I've gotten pretty good at seeing when guys are offside. Sometimes I don't see the correct person that is or isn't offside, but wow, holy cow! All right, this is what I want to see. I want to see this sort of play against the higher level teams. Kind of a nice assist there for Traver. Man, both my strikers are on braces. That's funny. Good try, guys. Good try. All right. Oh, thanks for waiting for all my guys to get back. All right. Kagawa is tired, and that is big because he is one of their better players with regards to assists and movement. And since he's tired, he's not going to be keeping up with the rest of the match. I mean, their entire midfield is pretty tired. All right, I'm glad their kicks aren't anywhere. Their shots aren't anywhere on target, except for that one goal. What was that? What was that? What a poor chance. And here they come, more attacking with a narrow diamond. Which theoretically could leave a lot more space open. All right, who wants the ball? Stop heading it to each other. Oh, this goalie is just poor. Christian Alvarez. Nice ball over the top. But this, that goal right there is yet another thing people are pretty salty about in the beta forums, and that is these all these excellent balls over the top that land just right. I think folks have to remember that, as realistic as we want this game to be and look, oh, Longo missed the penalty. Oh, Longo, for your hat trick, you poor lad. Ugh. For as realistic as everybody wants this game to be, there's limitations with what the match engine can do, and there's always been limitations with what the match engine can do. So I think it's a question of what is what is entertaining to watch and what is realistic, and I think they have to balance that because when they had a different match engine, we got tons and tons of corners that crosses that ended up as corners, and there we go, conceding a goal right up the middle. Time for some subs. Really, I need to pay more attention. Let's watch this. Shinji Kagawa with a nice through ball. Defender had committed poorly. And another pass as he goes. Could be worse, but that's the way we concede goals, that the defenders don't commit properly. And that is actually yet another complaint. Some people feel that defenders are not necessarily playing to their instructions. Let me see here. Oh boy. I don't think I can make any subs here because my guys are tired. Definitely not replacing the strikers because they would be mad at me. Honestly, I'm just going to let it play out. Shot myself in the foot by letting those guys get some match time in another game. But let's give it the old demand more here. Oh, lads. Way offside. Way offside. He was way offside. Don't give me that. Oh. No, he's on a hat trick. Ooh. On a hat trick. And he has a bruised shin. All right, well, if he's going to play through it. Yep, they've changed the gegenpressing. Who are you passing to? The ref? Come on. Come on. Got a minute or so left. Yes. Don't mind if we do, and we won. All right, 5-2. There's 3 points. That's 3 points I wanted. Excellent, excellent. 16 shots, 13 on target, 5 goals. Poor Longo missed that penalty, but you know what? The team played well otherwise. Give them a nice little morale boost there. And there we go, 2 points up. No games in hand. Nice goal differential, 26. That might come in handy towards the end of the season. And I'm going to pause here and come back for the next match versus Sporting Gijón. So we'll be back in a moment. And we back. And Fortunately, real life sometimes interrupts what I want to do with these recordings, and we are quite a bit down scheduled this time. I'm just going to do a quick summary here, and then I will pretty much be uploading a next episode so we can, since folks might be curious. So I left off a tight situation going on here. We beat Zaragoza 5-2 on recording on the episode, and then afterwards I drew to Sporting on and frustrating. Drew Tenerife 0-0. Squeaked out a win against Fuenlabrada in the Spanish Cup, and then we went on a 2-match losing streak. And you can see that the Spanish third up against Huesca, that was ugly. I'm not sure what happened there. But next game against Almeria, turned it around, changed up how the team was playing. Same tactic, just changed the instructions a little. And we've been doing some vintage victories here. Pulled out a great one against Vallecano, the table, but a couple of vintage victories here at home. And it has helped us stay up the table solidly in second place by a game, which has been nice. That win against Vallecano was big, and we are starting to make some moves in the transfer market. We're actually in February, so we're after the winter transfer market in Spain, but I'm planning ahead already to see who we'll be able to pick up in the summer transfer. Now, I'm in my mind, it could be bad. In my mind, I'm thinking we're promoted to La Liga, the Spanish First Division. But winter break did pick up a couple of players, and I let go of some of loanees I had in. A couple of fairly decent players for the level I'm playing at. Let's see here. Alvaro Medran, him up. Be playing as a roaming playmaker. And Ivan Calero. Not best, but he's 24. So, theoretically, we should be able to get his stats up a little. You can see he's already pick them up as free agents because we loaned out Ogu center here. Let's see here. John Ogu, Joseph. So it's pretty good stats, and I was really happy to get him on a free transfer at the beginning of the season, but he got injured, like back to back to back. Then all of a sudden, week or 2 weeks before winter transfer, he's like, I want out. Not playing me, I want out. Well, okay. I said, I'll get you some game time. And I got him in 2 games right before the transfer market. And transfer market came, and he's like, I still want out. Nobody wanted to buy him for his release fee. Got into a fight with him, and didn't want him in the locker room. So I loaned him out to Cadiz. And he's getting some playing time there. Hopefully when he comes back, he's a little bit calmed down a little bit, because I wouldn't mind holding on to him for the end of next season. I also moved 17-year-old into first team because my head of youth development found him, brought him in during the transfer window in January, and like right at the open, had it set up to go, and I allowed it because I have I have final say in all contract stuff for players on the teams. Allowed it, and literally within 2 weeks, he just started taking to training. So I think he's going to be a left midfielder. His teamwork's a little low, but working on that. But stats already starting to go. Time he's been. So I bumped him up to the first team to train with us. I have him in a mentor group, and I have him available to 19s because he needs playing time, and I'm not going to play him. I'm not going to play him on the first team yet, but we'll see how his development. Couple of months. Hopefully, I'll be able to play him as a rotational player season for. But that left midfielder side is I have quite a few players for that now, but they're not all. So based upon this little team depth chart, I mean, you can see really don't have many good players that can take us to the next level. A couple of goods, couple of great strikers. Worry about AMC. Don't worry about the attacking midfielders at all. No great mid left. Lacking in some quality. I need to get a better goal. Unfortunately, I don't have cash. And the one goalkeeper I found, literally 2 days after, 2 turns after I found him, said wanted. I looked at the wanted, and Liverpool came in and snatched him up. £2 million, dollars, however you say it. But they're paying him like just shy of $3 million a year, which is not something I can afford Deportivo yet. So that was unfortunate. But I've got my eye on plenty of players. So hopefully at the end of the season we'll be able to pick up some players, either transfer. Mostly I think I'm looking for some free transfer players that got some talent. But all right, I'm going to end this episode here and start the next one momentarily. So thanks for joining me, buddy, and I hope to see you next one. Bye-bye.